problems with fractions. All right, so you should write this down. 2/3 of the 12 musicians played guitar. How many played guitar? All right, 2/3 of the 12. Okay, 2/3 of the 12. Of does mean multiply in math. Okay. But we are going to do this. They've been having you do 1/3 of 12 for like a while now. All right. Or 1/3 or 1/5 or 1/6. Get your notes out. All right. And so I'm going to split this lovely rectangle first into thirds. Okay. So the first step is always going to be to do 1/3 of 12. All right. So I'm going to do 12 divided by 3 first, and I'm going to split this picture into thirds. Okay, and when I split it into thirds, I get 4. So I get 4, 4, 4. So 12 split into thirds means 4 in each of those boxes. And then I want 2/3, meaning I want 2 of these thirds. All right, which means I'm going to do 4 times 2. All right, so I divide by this number to get 4, and then I end up multiplying by the top number. So my answer is 8 of these musicians played guitar. Okay, so first divide by thirds and then multiply by 2 of those. I want 2 of those thirds. All right, Corey has finished 3/4 of the 28 problems on the assignment. How many problems has Corey finished? All right, go ahead and get your notes out, Macy. 3/4 of the 28 problems. Of in math means multiply, okay? We're going to start by doing 1/4 of 28, or dividing 28 into 4 pieces. So this whole thing has to add up to 28. I'm going to divide it this time into fourths. All right, Henry, how many times does 4 go into 28? Exactly. Okay, if you divide 28 by 4, and you don't have to, I guess if you know how to do this part, maybe you don't need to show it. But anyway, 7, 7, 7, 7, right? I divided 28 into fourths. All those 7s add up to 28. Write something down. All right. And now I need 3 of those 1/4. 3 of them. So I need 1, 2, 3, or I'm doing 7 times 3 right here, which gives me 21 problems. Corey finished 21 problems. That would be 3/4 of 28. All right. How much money is 3/5 of $3? Okay. So if I'm just setting it up algebraically, 3/5 of $3 of in math means multiply. First, I'm going to take 1/5 of $3. So I'm going to divide $3 by what? 5. All right, first I need to do $3 divided by 5. This is one you'd have to definitely show that step. All right, and at the top, again, I've got $3 total, and I have to divide this into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 5 goes into 30 6 times. And then 5 goes into 0 times, and the decimal moves straight up. And then we have usually a 0 here before the decimal. So each of these are 60 cents. This would be $1.20. That'd be $1.80. That would be $2.40. And then it would total add up to $3. Okay. Now, how many of these fifths do I need? I need 3 of them. Okay. So I need 3 of the fifths, which means I could add these 3 up, or I could do 60 cents times 3. You can do it either way. All right, that would give me a 0, and 6 times 3 is 18, and move the decimal over 2 places right here. So I would get $1.80. Or add 60 cents plus 60 cents plus 60 cents, which is $1.80, okay? Yes?
I learned to like you multiply the numerator by the number.
And then you
you
divide.
it by the
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to do this. You have to do it this way to start. Sorry. Because it's going to say draw a diagram. So you have to do it this way. My apologies. Eventually, we will change our ways.
Okay.
But for now, we're doing it this way. All right, so I have 3/4 of 100. I know. So this whole thing is going to add to 100, but I'm splitting it into fourths to start, right? You're going to divide it first by 4. So 100 divided by 4. All right. How many times you guys that go in, Brooks? Yep. Great job. So I'm going to do 25, 25, 25, and 25. Now I need 3 of those 1/4. And so we would do 25 times 3, or add up 25 3 times. Henry, what do we get? Okay. All right. Be sure you write this down just because this one's a little different. What percent of a whole circle is 1/5 of a circle? What percent of a whole circle is 1/5 of a circle? When we're doing percent, this is basically saying 1/5 is what percent? Gavin, do you have anything written down yet? Where's your notes? Okay, what do you think, Gavin? What should we do?
We should do 100 divided by 5.
Yep. Yes, we are doing 1/5 of 100%. Okay? 1/5 of 100%. Now, I could take a circle and try to divide it into fifths. That's kind of hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'd want one of those. Okay, but still, we need to convert it percentage-wise. Put your computer away. What are we doing back here? All right, how many times does 5 go into 100, right? So I'm doing 100 divided by 5. What is that, Miles?
20.
It is 20. And my answer should have a percent on it. Okay, so 1/5 of 100% is 20%. Now I want to do 3/5 of a circle, and we're talking a percentage, so I'm doing 3/5 of 100%. Same way we just did these a minute ago, right? We would do 5 into 100. Divide the 5 into 100, which is still 20. And then do what? Exactly. 20 times 3 gives me 60%, because now I need 3 of them. Okay, which is 60% of the circle. All right, Giovanni answers 9/10 of the questions correctly. What percent of the questions did he answer correctly? I know you guys can all just do this in your head, hopefully, some of you, okay? But basically, we're doing the exact same thing. 9/10 is what percent? All right. What do I do first? Yep. Divide 100 by 10, which is 10. And then do 10 times 9. So I get 90%. All right. 9/10 is 90%. I know you guys can probably convert that in your head. Okay. All right, you guys, grab a whiteboard. We are going to do an illustration for these.